Hello everyone, welcome back to our Manchester United career mode. So, first off, if you're not following me on Instagram, please do that. If you're already subscribed here, then follow me on Instagram because I make any changes I put on my Instagram story to keep everyone up to date. But like most people are not following me there, so if I make changes, you're only gonna see it there. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to like get used to the new changes whenever I make a change. But I'm gonna do our career mode every day. I'm not gonna go through the whole plan, like our schedule changes on here. Go and check it out on Instagram. I will put that changes up like every couple of days. I will repost it. Yeah. Here is our transfer business. See, I brought Holland, Donnarumma. I sold a couple of players, but they don't all show here. So yeah, this is kind of stupid. They just show our top deals. But I did bring in some younger players. As you can see here, the other players we brought in. This is Ibrahimovic's regen. We bought Lamptey and someone else. Who's the other guy we brought in? I don't remember who the other guy is. Let's just see. And Rogers, yes. Lamptey and Rogers because of this objective. This one. It's not green yet, but it shows 2 out of 2 complete. And obviously we have to win the treble again. So, we had a bad season, but they actually updated the game yesterday. So the plan was to only start when they updated it and they fixed a couple of problems. Like there was a whole bunch of things that they improved or fixed rather, but I'm not exactly sure what that were. There was like a big list of all the different modes. But anyway, here's our pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, it might actually be a big gap, but yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with that. No, it's Gas in Flames. Oh yeah, I'm actually glad you're here because you need to send me your PSN again because my PC crashed and I literally cannot access my PC because your PSN is on me. No, mine is on private. I haven't sent you yet because my PC actually crashed, so I couldn't get your PSN. I don't know what your PSN is. So let's just go through it. I actually need to add you. I'm glad you're on here because I was wondering where you went. Dude, no. What is he? Let me just see because I might actually exit here and go out of career mode and come back again because okay, I will do that because no, Ethan shouldn't be in there. Let me just do this. I don't know why Ethan is there. He shouldn't be there. Okay. Quit without saving. I don't know how that happened because I made sure everything was right yesterday. I must just have forgotten to put the right goalkeeper in there. Let's see. Yeah, this one. Right. Let me just make sure I have the right team here. That's why. You see, I was supposed to be on first team and not on default. Weird. Anyway. So our first team changes only Donnarumma and Haaland. Because those were our two targets. Last season already I was planning on getting them. Hi, Sikle.
Well, what a game we have in store for you today. The hype has been building all week and the fans are pouring into the stadium. The tension palpable. It's Manchester United. They face Liverpool and it's coming up live on EA TV next.
That I can't guess because that can literally be anything. But
Hello and a warm welcome to Wembley Stadium here
it's
in
probably
London.
something to do with you being away for like...
The commentary is Stuart Robson.
Probably last time I've seen you here was more than a week ago.
Coming up from the curtain raiser.
Oh, happy
The
birthday,
Community
man.
Shield.
How old are you now?
Manchester United taking on Liverpool.
Well, Derek, the Community Shield is always an interesting...
I was wondering what happened to you because you like we used to be on every day and then
Are the players fit enough
you were
to
gone
take
for more than a week.
silverware once again this year?
Cool. See, anyone who hasn't, one thing I can tell you now is my Reddit online dailies and GTA daily objectives. I'm doing it without any commentary. I'm pre-streaming it so that when I get home after work, I'm gonna do that because that time of day there's like a lot of traffic outside and lots of stuff happening. So I'm gonna do that without any commentary. And then on Man United career mode. Fortnite, probably Friday, and either early Sunday morning, or we'll see. Because I'm not gonna have a lot of time anymore. Yeah, because the place where I was working, they closed down because of the pandemic, because the borders closed and it basically ruined the... Because by that time the company was already struggling and as soon as the borders closed they were effed. But now the new owners bought the place, so... So now I can actually do my actual profession now.
Good tackle. Force. Firmino.
Come on.
With Thiago. My goodness, that save. Fully stretched.
Okay, yeah, Daya is probably going. I'm busy in transfer negotiations to sell him. I only want Donnarumma. Our backup goalkeeper will be whoever comes from the youth academy. Yes. Yes, that one. So I was working there for 13 years before they closed down.
And possession given away.
So there's pretty much nothing I don't know about the place.
Well, the fans have been wondering how this might go. It is his debut game. Stuart, what should we be looking for from him today?
Well, they've needed something different, and he will certainly...
Oh, he might score here, Stuart.
Oof, what a save.
Well, he reacts so quickly there. That's a great save.
Playing it in. It looked as though they had attacking momentum, but not so. And you don't want to lose possession there. And Roberto Firmino's in there.
Come on.
Struggling to get it away.
No, not like that. Oh, wow, that was lucky. I almost messed it up there. I'll read that messages now. Come on.
Chance to run at them. It's a nice looking ball.
Oof.
And a corner kick, the referee's verdict.
Yeah, you see, I notice when people are, when, like you who's on in the comments a lot, or not here for a couple of days, I do notice it.
And now the delivery.
Oh,
Sadly, a bit of a
damn it.
tiny effort, that one, and far too close to the goalkeeper. Holland. He's got the right idea with that pass. Not quite the
Come on,
clearance to
come on,
100.
come on. Why are you scared of the ball? We'll see how it is, because after the update, I wonder how, if this screen mode is improved, because
And possession given away.
my first season was so bad, because like, you know how it is when they release this game, so always full of glitches until the
It's
first
a good
patch.
Liverpool move in the making. He has time to play it over. And it still could be dangerous.
So we only managed to win the FA Cup, so hopefully we can push on and win the league.
And it might be a favourable situation this for Manchester United.
No, I wanted to pass it to Haaland, not to Sancho. I didn't even point towards Sancho. I pointed towards Haaland. Okay, this game scams me sometimes, I'm telling you.
Thiago. Now Mane. Firmino. Putting his body on the line. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack.
How is that offside?
He had timed his run slightly better.
Whatever.
Offside.
Oh yeah. Especially nowadays, because like after time when it's supposed to be school, they can just close school down because of the pandemic and stuff. So then when you get back to school, it's even more work.
Encouraging stuff from United. It is to be a throw-in. Played into the box.
Come on.
And nothing comes of it.
Yeah, you know, earlier today I was trying to go AFK on Red Dead Online,
Roberto Firmino.
and I don't know, I think they patched it so you can't AFK anymore.
It's with Fabinho.
Because I had one of my old controllers, I had a rubber band
Free kick awarded
across
to
my
Liverpool.
joysticks,
Well, just a review
and sometimes
from
the
the
player
corner.
the player just doesn't move.
And the referee's got that right.
So I think they actually patched it so you can't AFK as easily. I don't mind. That's why, like, even me over the weekends, yeah, I'll do much more. But like over the week, I'll only do my dailies in Red Dead Online and GTA, and the FIFA career mode. So the uploads is also going to be a lot less. Can someone kick the ball? What's going on here in this game now? Is this game bugged now? Oh my lord. This is a bug. Look at this. That was a bug. Like literally, I had to go to some to sort it out.
Failed to hold it.
And
And after that fantastic
you know, the most annoying thing about that is literally yesterday, last night, they patched this game. And there's still a problem in the freaking thing. Oh my. You know, I say FIFA 23 should be delayed by at least 6 months. So you can actually bring out a proper game next time.
Rafael Varane. Well, they do like to press whenever they can. Now potential danger. Sancho. Oh, a very fine header.
Damn it, that was close.
Salah. Now, counter-attacking possibilities here.
You know, why is this positioning, it's so annoying, because why are my defenders like almost at the halfway line? That's like staying back, but it's not really staying back. Staying back is
Mane.
like just outside your penalty box. That's staying back in my opinion.
Credit to them for winning back possession. Mane. Can he put them in front?
Damn it.
They strike first, and what a way to silence the crowd.
Now why I say 6 months? Just for the next title, and then they can have like a year every time.
When you've got the ball at the back,
Because every time
forward,
FIFA is released,
pocket pick, and he's been
they spend about 4 to 6 months bringing patches out to fix all the errors and stuff in the game. And probably only then do they start working on the next game. That's what I think is happening.
So United restart the game. Disappointed to have conceded.
FIFA 21 was the same. Like, how many patches did we get? Even with me not playing for like 2 or 3 months last year, FIFA,
Now,
I saw about 6 patches.
Shaw.
And in every one there was 1 or 2 things they fixed in career mode.
Here's Luke Shaw. So nearing the half-time interval.
That's what's annoying.
United facing a deficit as things stand. Stuart, how would you
It's like you're guaranteed when the game is released there's going to be something wrong with it.
first half so far, but they haven't shown enough creativity, particularly in midfield, where there's been too many negative passes. If they can get the ball into the front areas that little bit quicker, I think they'll get back into this.
I'm honestly not really worried about this. I'd like to win it, but
Liverpool throw in here.
it's not that important.
Options in the centre. Thiago. Here's Firmino. Mane.
Just look at that injury time, right? Because they're on the attack. And it's not a set piece or anything, they just have the ball.
And the
Just look at that time.
Oh, marvellous save. Great goalkeeping.
Now, the worst thing about that is we're already 2 minutes over the injury time. And that's the only time something happened. And they're gonna get a corner. This is cheating. Because
Keen to take it short here.
if like they got a corner within the first second, look at this scamming. Look at this game scamming.
A goal of the highest class. Fantastic technique.
Well, here it is again, and the clearance just isn't good enough. Giving up possession in a dangerous area, just poor defending all round.
I must have missed that glitch because there was like a 2 or 3 months period that I didn't play FIFA. Look at that scam. Like, I want you to tell me, am I overreacting with this? Because literally in the injury time nothing happened. They were just like passing the ball. They only got a corner kick at like 2 minutes after injury time, and then they scored from that corner. And the injury time went to almost 6 minutes. So please tell me I'm overreacting, because I don't think I'm overreacting with this game.
So the second half is underway, and we're still reflecting on what was a dizzying performance by Liverpool in the first 45.
Oh look, that glitch is still in the game.
Jadon Sancho. Haaland. He can't hold on to it.
Look at that.
And the keeper put to the test, but he comes through it.
Well, he's so
Look at this
sharp.
game is even worse than FIFA 21, I'm telling you. But what can I do? I can't go back to playing FIFA 21 on the channel.
De Ligt.
No, if I wasn't doing this on YouTube, I would go back to 21.
Can they take advantage? And he's in the clear. A goal! They're absolutely racing away with this. 3 to the good now.
Two of these goals were right. I could take it, but like that second goal should never have been a goal. That was cheating, blatant cheating. And never mind the fact that when I got the chance to score, the game bloody froze.
A story that's been covered extensively on television and the newspapers and on social media. Angel Correa has completed his move to Everton.
But this is just Community Shield, so it doesn't really matter.
Just the kind of save every goalkeeper would expect to make.
Look at this. Like, they're not even passing where I'm... It's such a scam. Like, it's literally not even passing where I want the ball to go.
Both managers deciding this is the time to change things around.
I can try to make a forward pass and it will just go to the side. Or vice versa. I can go to the left and it will just go to the right.
Really poor defending. Their attacking play has been excellent.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Sancho. Good looking cross. In it goes! He scored on his debut and his fans are loving that.
That's funny.
Well, here it is again. Just look at the quality of the cross. It's inch perfect. But how has he allowed that much?
And you know what the worst thing about this is? If the game didn't freeze, I could have scored. And if the game basically didn't cheat and give them a goal like 4 minutes after injury time was over, I would have equalized. It would have been it should have been 2-2 at this point.
No shortage of goals on this match. 3-1. And into the last 30 minutes now. Space afforded him. Strong play here to keep the ball, to wait for the support.
Have you seen what eFootball looks like? I saw a meme on eFootball and apparently the graphics are so bad. Like the players don't even look like the real players.
That looks a really entertaining game. Two good teams with two excellent coaches. I can't wait for that one to come round.
Yes, penalty.
A free kick.
You know, the most annoying thing is I always come back to this game. And I know it's gonna frustrate me.
This to pull one back.
What's wrong with my finger now? It's like I can't even hold the thing straight.
And over comes the corner. And the corner too close to the goalkeeper that time.
At least this is not a league game. Because the Community Shield is just a bonus. Like, it doesn't really matter to me.
Well, unable to hold his run, and that's offside.
Haaland cost me 200 million. I think Donnarumma cost like 125, I think.
Coming up here on EA TV, it's Liverpool taking on Chelsea. And players waiting in the centre.
So next season I'm gonna try to get the young
And that came off the defender.
and a CDM, wherever that may be.
Here's a change for Manchester United.
Yeah, I heard they got like apparently the richest owners now. I think they got more money than Man City now. I think a lot more than anyone else.
They favoured a short one here.
From what I heard, they're now the richest club in the world.
Just a bit too much height on the header.
Which, unfortunately, that means Man United is now like a Tottenham Hotspur. We are now the Spurs of England. We are in the same league as Arsenal, Spurs, Everton. That's where Man United is now. Any hopes we had of winning a title again is pretty much over now with Newcastle United. I don't think we'll... I think this will be this season or next season, probably the last time we'll ever be in the top 4. I think if we finish in the top 4 this season and next season, that will be good, because I don't think we'll ever get near top 4 again. Because now you're looking at Man City, Chelsea, Newcastle and Liverpool probably getting into the top 4.
And what a wonderfully weighted pass this is. And the finish is clinical. It just makes it look so easy, doesn't it?
And the weird thing is this is not just going to be Newcastle. Every time a billionaire buys a club in England, what's going to happen now is the Premier League will be more attractive to make money with. So a lot of billionaires will start buying clubs like Aston Villa, Everton, Spurs. Because them buying Newcastle. Yes! What? I from 3-0 down to 3-3. I'm actually glad I didn't sell Ronaldo. I wanted to sell him actually. I'm glad I didn't.
Well, just look at this again. The speed of counter-attack is so impressive, which makes it a fairly simple...
Yeah, the nice thing about Newcastle is now they're the richest owners. And they don't have to rebuild the stadium. They already got a 50,000 seater stadium, which I'm not sure it's. I think it's even bigger than Man City Stadium, or more or less the same. I don't know how big Man City Stadium is.
Back underway and level pegging at 3-3. Only 5 minutes left for play and tension galore with the teams locked together. Naby Keita.
The next teams I say should be bought is Aston Villa and Everton, because Aston Villa is actually one of the most successful teams in England. So you already get that prestige if you buy that club.
And space for the cross. Oh, good save to keep it all square.
Well, that's a vital stop. What a good save that is.
Fancy footwork.
Oh, damn it. Yes.
Just wide of the mark.
Lucky.
Well, that never looked like trouble.
Okay, I just want to see about penalties. Because that will definitely take us to penalties. Let me just see. 40, 43. What's his penalty? 44. Yeah. Not really much of a difference, but
The keeper did it, but it was worth an effort. A good strike from him.
I'll gladly take 5 minutes injury time. Are they gonna get probably 20 minutes now added on? I can't believe we got back to equalizing. What? No. Imagine if I actually like win in normal time, it's definitely be the best comeback ever. But our chance is over now. Damn it. Ooh. I can just clear the ball. I'll take penalties now. Damn it. 3-3.
Keen to take it short here. And this will test the mentality of any footballer.
Again, this is a scam. How are you gonna read that? How are you gonna read it into that top corner? I should not be able to read two in a row in that corner. It's almost as if the game sees where I'm putting it.
Clinical as always, in front of goal. And up he comes, doing his best to remain focused. And it's gone in. Job done from the spot.
I'm always, most of the time I'm confident with a penalty shootout against the AI, of course, because the AI isn't clever. Was a human player would know exactly how I take my penalties, so that's not gonna work. Oh, it actually went in. Alright, Donnarumma. First game, first official game, time to win your first trophy. Damn it.
A goal now, and his team will prevail.
Ah, what a comeback! What a comeback! From 3-0 down to equalizing and winning on penalties. Like, this is justice, because we should not even have gone 3-0 down to begin with, because we got scammed on the second goal and we got scammed on one of our chances where the game froze on me. This karma.
First piece of silverware, and that is never to be sniffed at, as the players applaud the fans who've been backing them today.
Well, it's great preparation for the season, Derek, and this is always a nice moment, going up to lift any trophy. Great for those fans as well.
Now for the trophy lift. And with friends and family in attendance, you've always got to really savour these moments when they come around, Stuart.
Well, they've got to enjoy this, Derek, and then get ready for a tough season ahead. They won't be celebrating too much tonight.
Absolutely, Stuart. They all know the show must go on after this. And now the players posing for the images that will be sent around the world.
Well, these are great moments, aren't they? Certainly ones to cherish, and they'll want more of this come the end of the season.
Right, well, it wasn't important, like, I've said, like, it's 60% important to have won this trophy. I'm happy we won it, because that means we have 2 trophies so far in our career mode.
Keen to take it short here.
After our last game today, I'm not gonna go straight and continue. I'm gonna end the stream like in this menu in our last game to test this post-match interview, because we had that static feedback that was like super loud. Alright, so like Lamptey and Rogers I only bought because they're the only English player on my shortlist that I could afford, and I didn't just want to buy anyone's, well, I needed to buy anyone to do the objective, because I wouldn't just buy English players for any other reason than to do the objective, if that makes sense. Right, we have some nice young players. Yeah, right, like I'm gonna sell Sancho. Sorry, just give me 1 second here. Okay. Alright, so if you weren't here on the first season, this is how I don't quick sum through my training, because that's a waste. You're losing out on so much on your players. You see, with this, yeah, some of these players that's probably gonna go, but I'm gonna keep them in training just in case they improve and they actually get back into the team, or either that or they improve a little bit and I get more value for them. Because there's a lot of these players I'm trying to sell that I'm not getting the offers for. My biggest problem at this moment is we have too many players, and why I say we have too many players, you'll see I have so many players listed, either transfer listed or loan listed, and this is a thing that still hasn't been improved in this game since about FIFA 11 or FIFA 08 I think was the first one I played, and this has always been an issue. As soon as you get into Season 2, you're sitting with an excess of players that either needs to be sold or loaned out, and you never get the offers. Even like if you're like in a top club in England, logically most of these players would be wanted by other teams, and your players are never going out on loan. That's why sometimes you'll see me accepting 2-year loan deals for a player, because then at least I know they're out for a while. Now I don't know how long the break is until our next game, because like I'm pretty sure our the League Cup or Carabao Cup or whatever it's called now, it should be on the first episode. It usually is, but I think because they don't come into the first round, they still have to decide those fixtures. And this is why this is a problem having this many players, is because like you're never developing all your players as good as you could, because if they're out on loan then they develop. How many players? Like, you don't want more than 30, 32 to 33 players. The rest should be out on loan if you have more than that. Otherwise you sit with this problem, like the sharpness never stays above 50. Like there's always players dropping below 50. And then the like development goes down, or it stays static. The reason I know this is because I always put an emphasis on youth development. That's always been my thing. Like in the first 2 seasons I never buy anyone older than 21, and then after season 3 I'll never buy someone older than 23. Okay. Okay, let's see. Lowest. 48, 47. Sorry, this. I know this is a bit boring, but it's about development. Let's go 45, 46, 45, 46, 47. So we do anyone below 47. Oh, there's a 30. Didn't even see them. See, he's one of the players I'm trying to sell. A lot of these players I'm still trying to sell, but I'm gonna develop them so we can, like I said, like maybe next season we say, no, let's take him off the transfer list, or what will most likely happen is we'll get like a little bit more for them. Is it another 48 or 49 the lowest now? Sancho development schedule. Yet again, usually, remember, I do the stuff off stream most of the time. Like, I go through everyone and make sure that the ETA, I get the lowest ETA for every player. You see there, I have to change it, even if it's just 1 week. Of course, it might not seem like a lot, whether it's 80 weeks or 79 weeks, but like it adds up. And you might actually save like half a season in development that way, than just keeping it on balance, because I see some people actually just keep it on balanced, and then you're not going to catch your players to 98. Like these guys, you can see this guy here. See, my first team will probably, by season 4, I'll have a lot of players 94, 95 rated, because of taking advantage of development. I know it takes a while to do all this stuff, but it's worth it in the end. Okay, so let's just keep everyone 46. Anyone who's below 50, whichever comes first. We don't have a lot. by a lot I mean like it's about 15 anyway, 15 to 17 players. Come on. But this will also move a lot quicker if you get like, you see, I'll tell you how many players we need to go out on to leave. We have 50 at the moment, so with the players I'm trying to sell and to loan, we probably need about 17 players to leave before the end of August, and that's not gonna happen. Come on, where is he now? There you go. Gee, another one. At least it's not an international break, so the game doesn't slow down. Like literally, if you're in an international break, you'll press this and you have to wait like a second to 2 seconds for something to happen, and same here. You go in there and then you have to sit and wait for 2 seconds or something. We are doing 4 games on an episode. Like it all just depends on if we hit an international break at some point, but I don't think we will. So it might take a little bit longer, but it's pretty much guaranteed 4 games. 3 or 4 games. 3 games if there's an international break. Got a 51 and a 50 there. Got 50s. Okay. Right, let me just have a quick look at our fixtures. They are sold good. I like Daya, but like there's literally no point in having 2 good goalkeepers. You only need one. Just bring this guy out. You see, here's our backup goalkeeper. He's new. He's our youth player. That's all we need. I mean, in our whole career mode last in FIFA 21, our goalkeeper didn't get injured once in 4 seasons. So Right. So I think there might be a game coming here. Yes, let's try not to play catch up in this season.
Okay, welcome everyone. We're now ready to start taking questions.
You see, this seems to actually be working. Because I'm pretty sure on season 1, like most of the time, this did nothing.
Thank you for attending everyone. We're now...
You see, I have to do this because otherwise it's a problem, but I'm not gonna do the whole thing. Just that. Usually a lot of this stuff will happen like in the beginning of the season. So I've tried to do all the pre-season stuff beforehand, but sometimes they just leak into the season. With like players still being around.
The floodlights are shining down on the players here at Old Trafford in Manchester. My name is Derek Ray, excited to be bringing you match commentary, and alongside me, my broadcasting partner, Stuart Robson. And it is a day of renewal, the first game of the Premier League season. Always something to look forward to. It's Manchester United, and they take on Sheffield United.
Well, the atmosphere is incredible.
Well, it can only get better than last season.
About the new season and what it might bring. It's been a long wait, but hopefully we get a great game to kick their campaigns off.
Just look at that, small to big. That's so funny the way they're standing.
This is the team Manchester United will go with. Gianluigi Donnarumma begins in goal. Matthijs de Ligt plays alongside Rafael.
See, I tend to bring like at least two players to immediately change our first team, and then maybe look at like improving the substitutions. Last season it was De Ligt and Rice. This season I brought Donnarumma and Haaland in. So next season I want to bring De Jong and I don't know. I think maybe just De Jong, and then whoever is the highest rated on my short list that I can afford. So I'm pretty happy with the team, to be honest. I don't see any weaklings in our 11. I was always suspected. Daya was always suspect to me because I think he was our lowest rated player. I might bring like De Jong and maybe another left back in, but we already got Davies.
Not much defensive cover there on the flank. Frank. Well, real excitement here. I say that because it's his long-awaited debut coming up. What should we be looking for from him, Stuart?
Well, he can do everything a central midfield player needs to do. He can pass it, he can wriggle out of tight situations, and he can defend. Let's hope we see those qualities today.
Shaw. Over the top towards Rashford. And delivered into the box. Not messing around with that clearance. It's a fine United move in the making. And he was was in the right place to intercept. Holland, determined block. Great block again.
Come on, man.
Bogle. He might be able to profit from the wide position.
It's gonna really annoy me if they score on their first attempt.
Can he play it in? Berge. The pass could do damage. Oh, but he's done brilliantly to cut it out.
Brilliantly, that was freaking lucky. There's a dodgy defending there.
Sancho. Marcus Rashford in position. And not a header that was ever really going to trouble the goalkeeper.
Typical. Typical Man United.
Here's Fernandes. Jack Robinson. And Ben Osborne has it. Fleck. Berge. Plenty of players waiting in the middle. Magnificent defending.
Ooh. It's making me nervous how easily they get to our penalty box.
And there's the feed into the box.
Damn it, you know.
Fantastic effort. He made
Superman goalkeeping yet again.
but more than equal to it. And now the delivery. Clears it away. Well, full marks for trying, but he couldn't.
That's
quite
not what
get
I
to the
tried.
target.
But okay.
And snuffing out the danger. Cross towards
Yes.
Marcus Rashford.
Oh!
This
Dude, don't celebrate before you score. I literally celebrated before it went in. Oh man.
advantage in the end.
Should have known better.
Now Fernandes. Well, they keep the ball moving. John Fleck. And options in the centre. Throw into Manchester United.
Dude, how did I get that thrown? I think they cheated Sheffield United there.
Juan Bissaka. Jadon Sancho. A good and fair challenge. Vega. It is a decent looking attack here. Smuggled away. And it's a long way off target, you've got to say.
I think the biggest reason I struggled last season is because I was always playing legacy defending and they changed legacy defending.
Twice with it.
It's not the same anymore.
Holland. Bruno Fernandes. And a goal to open the scoring.
So hopefully as we get more used to it. Usually season 1 is adapting to the game.
Well, as you can see, he doesn't mess about.
Like on FIFA 21 it was the first time I played on Legendary and I had a tough time in season 1. And we just barely managed to win the league.
Well, Sheffield United are enjoying more of the possession, but their attacking play hasn't been good enough so far. There's been too many safe passes and no real penetration. They certainly
No
need to
real
up the tempo if
penetration,
they're
that's
gonna
what
get
she
back into
said.
this one.
And a throw-in it's going to be. Could cross it in here.
Dude, that was offside. Are you telling me that's not offside?
And still dangerous. Well, that's the end of that for now.
Dude, you can just get the freaking idiot.
Plenty of options. And Fernandez. Well, great read there to intercept. So a throw in here.
Come on.
Rashford can be problematic for opposing defenders. Wonderful block.
Oh!
Well, he
Penalty.
tried to give the free kick, the referee here. He tried to play advantage, but it didn't accrue. Can they extend their lead? And the spot kick is converted as
Bam! Game over.
Well, let's take another look, because this is how to take a penalty. He strikes it with such confidence and composure. It's a brilliant penalty.
It's about 98% where I wanted to put it.
And the stoppage time situation, 1 minute here. And that will do it for the first half here at the Theatre of Dreams. Underway.
So shot accuracy is not very good, but
It really was a dazzling first 45 from United. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And given away.
I should have just kept the ball. You see what's annoying? It's
Not much defensive cover there on the flank.
I understand
And with Fernandez.
if I'm in control of a player, I take him out of position, right? But as soon as I give the AI control back, the player should move back to where he was, to whatever the instruction is.
Time bringing that move
But
to
if
an
I have Wan-Bissaka in midfield and I give control back, he will basically stay there until there's like a dead ball. And that's where you get caught out. That's why I'm saying, like,
Well, there's been quite a bit
positioning
of Everton's due
hasn't worked right ever in this game, and it's still not working right, and you're pretty sick if you don't realize it.
Excellent signing. He's certainly got the skill and character to be a real star for them.
more than decent this from United. Oh, lovely incisive pass. And possession given away. Haaland.
Wow,
Conceded,
nice block.
it came off the defender. And they've been getting two substitutes warmed up, and both will come on here. And it still could be dangerous. And he's clear as lines.
You see, again, the wrong guy. Like Pogba, like in the number 9's position there. And
Into the advantage.
it's okay having more bodies in there.
Marcus Rashford.
But what happened is Pogba will be where Haaland is supposed to be. And then Haaland won't be like in the box. He will be like on the edge of the box somewhere. And that immediately takes your best finisher out of the game. Because where's Haaland now? Where's Haaland in this picture? Did I cross with him? Like, even if I crossed with him, the point is still made. Because I don't have time to look at who am I passing to now. Because I'm looking at positioning. So I'm looking on the right wing, or the left wing, or number 9.
They go again, and
I don't
United
look
begin
at
to run away with this.
getting it to Sancho or Rashford or Haaland.
Bergen. And Mousset with it. That's how to blunt the edge of the opposing attack. And a friendly reminder that we have more action from the Premier League coming up. It's Manchester United facing Sheffield United.
Oh shit.
Well, the
It's this picture thing again. Last season we had to look at the West Ham fixture again. Now, this fixture I'm in now is they're gonna show this the whole season that our next fixture is the Sheffield United fixture,
Using his body to good effect.
which purely for immersion, it's freaking annoying for that reason because it breaks immersion completely.
It's gone in, and now a chance for them to revel in the moment.
Well, we won't get tired of watching this because the interplay around the box is wonderful. But I don't think the keeper should be beaten at his near post quite so easily. I thought that was stoppable.
So back underway at 3-1.
Like even with the goalkeeping being better, like
Rice with it.
it's like it's very close to impossible to keeping actual clean sheets in this game. Like literally they could have done nothing and they'll still score a goal.
Always enjoy bringing you live action on EA TV.
Just give me a second, I will read that now.
Coming up, it's Sheffield United taking on Leicester City. Well, they've won the ball back quickly. Sancho.
Okay,
Goal here.
let me see.
His team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it.
Hey man, going well and you? Long time no see. Yeah, I just can't read the comments when like something happening, because you'll pretty quickly get beaten on the counter or something.
Here's a change for Manchester United.
Okay, so far so good.
Not too much defending going on in the grand scheme of things. 4-1. Well, strong play here.
Alright.
Couldn't keep it.
No man.
Good physical play.
Why did that guy fall over?
Cross it in here. And far from the ideal cross. Keeper's ball all the way.
Well, there it is. United have had most of the ball and have used it really well today, particularly in the midfield areas. And I expect more of the same as the game goes on.
Bruno Fernandes. But ultimately up a cul-de-sac.
Yes, I am probably gonna do Fortnite again tomorrow,
Norwood.
like maybe midday or something like that.
Scope for them to counter-attack.
But the plan is to do it on a Friday and a Sunday.
Showing good
So it
defensive
will either be tomorrow midday or like 6 PM maybe.
Shaw and Bellingham. 10 minutes left for play. Bruno Fernandes.
I'm just doing more FIFAs because we have an end game,
Holland.
whereas in Fortnite it's just me relaxing and not really worrying about winning or anything like that.
Still be able to do a bit of damage. Well, they can keep possession of it now. And he did well to cut it out. Oh, the threat is there. The chance is on. Well, they pulled one back, but perhaps a bit too late in this contest.
Yeah. You know, this is annoying because like they don't do anything in the game, right? And yet again you're still sitting with like a 90 rated goalkeeper against a team that hasn't really done anything, but yet they're scoring goals.
Well, here's the replay. Watch how he goes past his man with such ease, and it's just a change of pace. And while the finish might not be the cleanest of strikes, it's still good enough to beat the keeper. What a lovely goal that is.
So the current scoreline, 4-2. 5 minutes left. Well, not far away from full time now, and United excelling here.
And yet again, I don't have players where they should be. Like the players are not where they're supposed to be, and like
Moving the ball effectively.
completely ruins any momentum I might have had.
Time to play it over. Not really the ideal clearance. Well, it came to nothing in the end.
Because literally that player that wasn't on the left wing, it ruined my
3 minutes
momentum.
of stoppage time to be added on. Berge. It's with John Fleck.
Because that was the only option I had, is to go to the left
Got
and
to keep the ball a bit
like come
better
in
on
from
that.
wide,
Outcome is a free kick
and the
here.
game just totally nullified that by putting the winger in midfield. Yeah. I still want to do that custom thing, but like,
Into the area. Well, he had clearly drifted into an offside position.
Well, you can see from his reaction, he knew that wouldn't count.
you know, we'll see how that works. Because now I'm back to working full time again, or not. It's probably not. It's 6 months. So for the next 6 months, my uploading will be a lot less.
Yes, one or
And
two
there might be
mistakes
like
on
some
the
weeks
side
where I
towards the
don't do
end. That's to
anything.
be expected. Overall, I thought it's a really good display.
It was a good display. We actually shouldn't even have conceded in this game. At all. We shouldn't have. Let's see what's happening here. There it. Yeah, please take this guy. I'm not even gonna delegate or negotiate. I'm just gonna accept. He might also actually go next season. I basically only bought him because of the board expectations. You see, we have too many players. Some of these players need to leave on loan. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm changing my mind on the development. Anyone who starts listed, screw it. I'm not gonna waste my time on them. See, Palesti, even though I listed him, I'm gonna do him because it's only 20, so. See, we have too many, like a lot of these players need to go. I've probably got about 20 players listed, either transfer listed or loan listed. I have too many players. So I had about, after season 1, we had about 10 or 12 players coming back from loan. That was on loan when I started the season, when I started the career mode. So we have a ton of dead wood in the club. This here. Okay. Get all alone. Oh, yes, please. Loan to buy. I mean, he's 20. You know what? Loan with option to buy. I'm gonna do it. 2 reasons, right? 3 reasons. It's only 76 rated. So, already, if you look at players around his age in the club, like he's not even close to anyone else. Secondly, he's already 20 and he's showing great potential. So that can either go one of 2 ways. It can go back to an exciting prospect, but it could completely go the opposite direction and just be a player that's at the club since. And then you're sitting with a player that's maybe 78 rated at 21. That's not getting near the first team or even the bench. So cash in on the players while they're worth something. No, we don't want to put. No, don't. You see, this. The players need to leave. Like at some point, you'll have to say, okay, they're still young, so they're all gonna develop. But is a player that's 20 years old, that's 71 rated, for example, really gonna get to actually be in the first team? When you look at the other players around the same age, who's overall are much higher. And I've actually tried this before, like having a player like Mengi develop, and they never really get close to where you want them. We have 50s there. Let's do anyone under 52. Okay, now Diallo might actually leave on note, so that's good. It's like you literally have to juggle between your pros and cons with these young players all the time. Okay, Pedro is good, he can stay there. Perfect. Okay, that is off the books, finally. Okay, we have 55s there. This is why we need players to leave, because this takes long, and if you just pick whoever comes first, like, you're gonna lose out so much on these players. Because either you're not gonna get them into your first team because they won't ever get good enough if you don't give them the attention they need in training, or if they don't work out, and a lot of the time the players don't work out regardless of how much effort you put into them, then the value you get back for them, if you decide to sell them, you're also going to like take a massive hit on their price tags. Take the first one at 55 or lower. When you're playing like for Man United, you want to at least have 400 million every season. That's without like financial takeover. You see all these players I'm skipping here, those are players I'm trying to sell, and I'm not getting offers for them. So I'm probably gonna have a lot of them run their contracts down just to get them off the books, because I don't want to keep renewing them, because like, this is what I'm saying, you have to juggle so much with your pros and cons. Do I keep them just to sell them if they're only worth 2 million, or do I let the contracts run down and I have more time for other players to actually be in training? I thought we had another fixture here coming. I don't know when this Carabao Cup is coming up. Let me see like this. Let me just show you quickly here before I forget. You see here, they look like these players. I'm gonna let the contracts run down. I'm not renewing them. So if they leave, they leave.
Thanks for joining us, guys. We'll start questions now.
Oh, sorry about that. Just want to see something before we do our fourth game.
That's all the time we got today.
Because there's also deadline day coming up. So I need to add that deadline day. Okay. So yeah, we'll have the deadline day in between today and tomorrow's stream. So I might actually buy someone, I might not buy someone. So I'll just see. Because I sold Daya, so I have that money. If there's someone actually worth buying, I won't just buy someone to buy someone. If it's someone that they at least need to get on the subs. If I can't get someone to, at the very least, improve my bench, then I will just let that money roll over to January. And hopefully get some more cash by then.
You're ready. You'd better be. because this could be special. Arsenal against Manchester United, two of the biggest
Because
clubs
the
in
players
England.
most likely to improve our
Live on EA TV.
first team, that's like our first 18 players, like that's the starting 11 and the substitutions. We're probably looking
A
at
warm welcome
players
from
around 100
we're at the
million
Emirates Stadium. I'm Derek
value.
Ray, and I'm joined for extra
Anyone less than that will
analysis.
probably not even get on the
And it's all about
substitutions.
action from the
So
Premier League in this game.
that's
It's
the other
Arsenal
problem. That's why I didn't just want to buy someone.
Well, Derek, when looking forward to this game, you can't help but notice there are some great matchups all over the pitch.
It's a weird break because
Whichever team wins more
I actually thought we would have had the Carabao Cup in between here. Because I
fired in, but absolutely no help in the centre.
Because we usually have the Carabao Cup fixture like in the first episode of the season. Like it's usually the third or fourth game.
McNeil. Well-timed tackle. Well, a win for Manchester United last time out against Sheffield United. How might this one go, Stuart?
Well, they didn't have it
Why did you just stop running?
Their defending should have been better.
Oh my lord.
Really good
Look
result.
at this. Pogba scared of the bloody ball.
If they play with energy and resilience, I think they're going to draw out this game.
Well, if you're the opposing defender, you've really got to keep a weather eye on Erling Haaland. What are you expecting to see from him in this game, Stuart?
Perfect finisher.
I literally could not see that he was offside because of that stupid pop-up thing.
Situations, you always expect him to score.
I probably would have still
Control of the
would have
situation.
been caught offside, but still. Like it always seems to happen whenever I can't see the play.
And the last touch.
Like literally whenever I cannot see the play, it turns out to be offside. Of course, I'm not saying he wasn't offside
To be this
because the game never gets that wrong, but
difficulties here. Not
it's always suspect to me how often I get caught offside. It's like they move your players into an offside position just to mess with you.
simple catch, really. Declan Rice.
One thing they made worse is the distribution. I don't know if anyone else or
Well, it
I'm
petered out.
maybe I'm imagining it, but I feel like the distribution is bad in this game,
Martin Ødegaard.
and I doubt I'm imagining it.
Partey. And the quality of pass needs to be a bit better. Potential danger. Sancho. Splendid defending.
I just should have crossed and hoped for the best, because I tried to do that because I didn't really see my cross going through or going over them.
Splendid tackle and a throw-in coming up. Might be able to produce from this position. Really good interception. It's looking promising. Must take the lead here.
Yes! Bam! Side netting.
Got to say, it has been coming.
We're 1-0 ahead. In case if you just like let it popped in now, but like
Well, here's the
there's the scoreboard.
replay. Watch how he goes past his man with
Like
such ease. And it's
this
such a
scoreboard
and
in the
then
corner
goal, he just goes for power
was
and
actually a
smashes
FIFA
it
21
past the
problem as well,
keeper.
but
No stopping that. What a great finish.
I probably had it like twice in our career mode there, and on this one at the start of season 2, this is probably around the 5th or 6th time I've seen this. So that scoreboard is
On they go again.
it's really bad on this one.
To wipe out that last goal. Nicely
Oops.
cut out.
No, come on.
Be through here.
Can someone make the tackle? Stops with the schoolboy defending.
One step ahead of everybody
Jeez, like it.
following the
You're a
cross.
professional player.
Rashford. Speculative ball fired to the near post. Well, it was straight at the keeper, but technically good goalkeeping. Jimenez.
Come on.
McNeil.
Yeah, if for some reason the Carabao Cup game, which I assume should be in August, if that thing pops up, we're gonna do 5 games. Because I want to do that deadline day thing off stream. Because it's also something that takes a while. And I don't want to do deadline day after one game on a stream.
McNeil. Well, that's how to put in a clean tackle.
Ah, what the hell? Why am I blinded like this now?
Well, no mistake from the keeper.
Like,
Decisively.
the white is so bright from the Arsenal's team
Declan Rice.
in the sun.
The assistant referee
How is he offside? I mean, obviously it is offside, but whatever. Like, they don't get offside wrongly. It's just always suspect how often you get caught offside.
Arsenal have given it away. Can they create something?
Oh, what a goal.
The teams separated by 2 goals now.
What a goal.
Cannot say they don't deserve it.
Well, here's the replay, and he shows great awareness to play this through ball. And the finish is clinical. He just makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
But yeah. Don't know how bad they are, Arsenal, but
Well, a second goal for them here. An effective ball.
our team has obviously improved since the start of last season, so
And a change to the scoreline at Goodison Park with the information.
I think we ended up like being like 7 or 8 points behind, but I gave up like on game week 34. I simmed the last 4 games of the league title, so but that was before the first patch in the game. I was frustrated with the game.
Stuart, what strikes you about what they put into the game?
Yeah, so
Well, it stopped a promising attack in its tracks, and you wouldn't be surprised if there's a card coming out here. Well, he's gone into
Oh, freaking hell, that was close.
and he deserved the booking for that.
Bruno Fernandes. Well, racing past his man.
Should have tried to keep the ball. And two biggest things is I do too many through balls, and if I have too much time on the ball, I tend to make mistakes.
For United to add to their advantage with this set piece. Oh, blocked it. Well, they must exercise caution standing off as they are.
Oh, nice goal.
And a goal to increase their advantage. It's a 2-goal lead now.
Okay, Haaland was definitely a good signing. He should be because he was the most expensive. Not my most expensive signing I've made in FIFA. I think my most
They've been in complete
expensive signing I've ever made was... Wow. It was definitely Mbappe. I think it was 225 or 275, somewhere there. But I don't think it was in our last career mode. I think that was before YouTube.
That is that for the first half here.
The one thing I don't want in this second season is I don't want to be looking at other teams' results or the league table even. I just want to keep winning and maybe drawing against Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and then making sure we beat all the other teams we're supposed to be beating. Basically, we need about 90 points. If we can get about 90 points over the season, that should win us the league. But that's a lot of wins. So that would mean we need about at least 25 to 30 wins and a couple of draws in between, and not lose more than 7 games. Well, I think if you lose 7 games is about the max you can lose to actually win the title. If you lose any more than 7, you won't win the title.
Showing patience as well as persistence in the build-up. And a no-nonsense clearance.
Imagine that went in there.
Good strength to keep the ball. Jimenez. Ayen Munoz. An alert intervention.
You see, yet again my defender is out of position, and by the time I took control of him, thinking it was a midfielder, then I saw it was the Ligt.
Terrific pass. Just couldn't capitalise there. Defensive roadblock in the way of that cross. Well, they haven't overcome all the difficulties. Wonderfully weighted pass. And it's played into the centre. Erling Haaland. And up and comes off the keeper.
Damn it! Is that offside? No, it's a goal. Good. Game over. Game over, Sonny boy.
Let's take another look at this, and from the attacking point of view, everything's right. Shot across the goalkeeper, players coming in for the rebound, and there's not much the goalkeeper could do about that. He made a good effort on the first one, couldn't react to the second.
See, that's a start we needed. You see, we can't really say because we beat Arsenal, we're gonna beat Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, and I always mention them because those are the 3 teams. I don't care who is on top of the league in October or November. Those 3 teams are the teams that will probably, one of them will win the title if you don't win it. I don't care if Leicester City is on top of the league table in October, that doesn't mean anything. I don't even count them into the title race. Damn. My attack does seem more fluent with Haaland in the side. That's not a knock on Ronaldo. Ronaldo is still a decent guy to come up from as a sub. But I think with Haaland I got more pace. Because like there isn't much difference between the actual finishing. But like Haaland does have, it's a lot quicker, and that's helping me a lot more.
McNeil. Well, the attack showed promise, but easy work for the keeper in the end.
Well, United have certainly controlled the ball, as you can see, and have used it really well today, particularly in the midfield areas. And I expect more of the same as the game goes on.
And now passing it through.
Yo, 6-1. Bam. Hat-trick for Haaland.
Finishing there for all to see.
Nice.
Well, he puts it away really well, as you can see. But you'd expect him to score from that range. But they all count.
If there weren't any lingering doubts about the outcome, surely they now
I wonder what happened to this Carabao picture, because
have got some optics you
I know for a fact I always get it like at the start of the season, and I'm pretty sure it is in August.
And it was a beautiful headed finish. They're ahead by 2 now with 72 minutes played.
Many thanks, Alex. Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho. Now will the cross work out for them? Not fantastic defending. Let's see if it helps the opposition. Referees are rightly praised
Penalty.
for giving advantage, but when there is no
This could actually equalize our best result, which was 7-1 against Crystal Palace in the FA Cup final. That's picking too far from the corner.
And the keeper denies them from the spot.
Okay, I want to bring this guy on, yeah. We need to bring that camper. Is a part of the youth academy objectives is to play him in 10 games. So as quicker we can do that, then we don't need to worry about doing it
About the delivery,
like when we
they're likely to trouble the keeper.
like I'd rather do that as quickly as possible, basically, so that when we get to the business end of the season I don't have to bring a 70 rated player on.
Martin Ødegaard. McNeil.
But I'll probably only bring him on if we like
Fielding front.
have a very comfortable lead.
Jimenez. Teammates in the middle. Not a promising looking attack, but comes to nothing in the end. Given away by Manchester United.
And
Raúl Jimenez. Pulls it back.
that's why
And there it is. A goal. But will it be
your objectives is so important, to keep an eye not only on your match results and stuff, to keep an eye on all the objectives, because we actually missed out on a critical one and we missed out on a high one, and our manager rating was I think 78 or something, so we comfortably kept our job even though we missed out on the most important thing, which was to win the league title.
And that is how to beat your opponent. Oh, skipping away. It's been whipped towards the near post. And they deal with the threat this time. Jimenez. Thomas now. Torreira. Could cross it in here. And the problem not completely solved.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why I only have only want one goalkeeper in my team, is because of the training. Like, you can't put your goalkeepers in training, which is stupid. So you have to play your goalkeepers.
Martin
And you
Ødegaard.
really can't do that
And how about that?
unless you have two goalkeepers with exactly the same rating to begin with.
And they're making a change. Delivering it. Danger averted for now.
Oh, nice block, because I think Pedri was in on goal there.
Marcus Rashford in position. A deft clearance. Shaw. Rafael Varane. And Bellingham.
The defending is still a little sus to me, because
Rashford.
conceding 2 goals against this weak Arsenal side
And that is the end of
is a little bit concerning to me.
United try
And we conceded 2 against Sheffield United as well. So our defending is a bit crap.
And the midfield completely dominated.
I still need to test that post-match thing. Man City lost, but I would have preferred if that was a draw. But I'm not. I don't want to focus on that. I want to make sure it's in our hands and not. You see, like this is what I'm talking about. Burnley, West Ham, Norwich, Newcastle. I'm not even considering them as in the title race, even though they're up there. I only consider Liverpool to actually be in the title race at the moment. Because those teams, they will drop off. They'll drop off to at least 5th or 6th. I'm just going to set. I don't want to negotiate or delegate these guys because I want to get them off the books. Loan to buy, yes. You see, with the Diallo, we got Greenwood there, we got Felix that can play there, we got at least 3 other players that can play there, so it's never going to get there. Okay, I'll deal with that guy after the stream. This one is a bit longer. I think it's mostly because of the transfer window still being open. Is that there seems to be a lot more activity between games. Usually it's about an hour and a half, hour 14 minutes. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. It's 53. So that. You see, this is another reason why this is taking longer is because I have so many players to look through every time, because you can't just pick whoever is first, because you literally will lose out on so much developing. Probably a lot of people don't care about that, but I care about that. Rogers. Yes, please go. I literally scanned the board because they wanted 2 English players, so I bought 2 English players that cost nearly nothing and that I wasn't even planning on using. Okay, at least for this one I'm just gonna put the substitutes in training. Shit, not that. and then off stream I'll make sure we put everyone else into training. Hopefully we get, like, if I can get between for the if I can basically get at least 5 players to leave on loan and maybe 1 or 2 players sold, that will already help a lot. Rogers will hopefully leave on loan. Gee, another training. I don't know. Is it my imagination or is there like a lot more training than we had last season? It feels like we have a lot more training days than we did in the first season. Obviously, I'm probably imagining it. But it really does feel as if we have too much training. It honestly does feel, because it took us about doing the exact same thing I'm doing now. It took me about an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes to do our first episode on season 1, and we're pulling on to 2 hours already on this one. Which I don't mind personally playing for 2.5 hours, but I know it's a bit long to watch back. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, keep them in, it's fine. Okay, Diallo left on loan. That's good. Garner sold. We have match rescheduling. Let's see what's happening with this rescheduling. It doesn't look like we have anything else in August. Okay. So yeah, it's a big gap here. But there might be a Carabao Cup. I'm wondering what happened to this Carabao Cup. Let me see, because like it's weird, because I'm pretty sure we should have gotten it already. I'm pretty sure we should have gotten it. What for round 3? Still coming up. When is that? Only in the end of September. Is it really that late? Yes, it is. I was imagining it. Last season was on the 21st of September. I remember, because the whole season the game kept telling us that was our next fixture. So yeah, my bad. I thought it was in August. We got it on the 2nd episode, not the 1st episode. That's what my mistake was.
Fans have waited and wondered, would it happen? Now it has happened. Now it's all about his debut. Well, it's been raining cats and dogs in the build-up to this game, and it's still coming down heavily here at Old Trafford. I'm Derek Ray on the commentary gantry.
Okay, so this is going to be our last fixture of today. So it actually works out well because not only do we have deadline day coming up, which I most likely will buy someone. I might end up trading someone in for a player. And we have an international break, so that's perfect. Because I want to do the episode so we go from either 4 games, or if you have like maybe 5 games till the next international break. For example, we'll do a 5th game. Because those international breaks, like, it slows the game down to a lag.
Well, here's how Leicester City will line up.
Well, they're starting with an attacking 4-5-1 formation with 3 players in advance of 2 holding midfielders. But it's important that the wide players come in field to join the centre forward at the right time.
These guys caused me problems before. This Madison and Lacazette. You need to be careful.
An absorbing match in prospect. Manchester United get the ball rolling.
You see, as long as we can keep a winning run going and only drop points like once in a blue moon, then we should be good for the title. I know how to win a title. I have won multiple titles, so it's not like I've never won it. I just haven't won the league in this on this FIFA yet.
Manchester United were the victors against Arsenal. How do you think this one will go, Stuart?
Well, that was one of their best
Damn it.
attacking displays I've seen this season. Every time they went forward, they looked like
You
scoring.
see again what?
It will be a lot tougher.
Let me show you what happened here. Alright? This is basically what happened. Varane was there, right? No. See, Varane was there. But Rice was there. And Fernandez was there. Like, they literally swapped those players all the way around. So that's
Expecting a really close
classic
game.
scam job from this game is
To win it.
He could pick out his teammates.
they'll not pull a player out of position every time. They'll literally swap players around,
For them.
so you don't have a defender,
Well, the keeper
that you'll have a midfielder in defend in
has been quite the focus on him coming into
where your
today's
defender should be,
up
so you
against
don't
the
really
goal.
have a good
It's never easy for a footballer. A mixture of
defensive
emotions.
minded player there, and then
I never really played well against my old
they let the
club.
other
I
team
always
score.
felt the spotlight was on me. I
Like
never
literally, if I
quite
didn't notice that when I noticed it.
Good work to win the ball back. Has a go. Oh, a good diving save. And he's fired over the corner. No trouble at all as far as the keeper was concerned.
Because it's things like that that has cost me games before. Like, I've literally lost games because of being cheated like that.
Sancho.
Nice goal.
Class. Had to catch it from
Like, I've literally lost games because they'll switch your center midfielder and one of your defenders around,
Well, here it is again.
and
The pace in which they break forward is
when things are happening quickly, unless you look at the bottom corners the whole time,
to be fair, almost just cushions it.
you don't always see like the numbers properly, because like things are happening quickly, and then you'll have an attack-minded midfielder at centre back.
underway. 1-0 it is. As clean as a whistle, that challenge. Campagna.
This is about, what, probably the fifth game that they did that. I once had Sancho, who was playing on the right,
Crossed in there.
being right next to Rashford in open play, like not even after a free kick or anything,
Keep possession.
on the left hand side. No one on the right hand side.
And the cross is very much on. Well, still an issue here. Breaking at pace.
Come on.
Menzi. Castagne. Well, it might still work out for them. And relief as the keeper holds on.
Well, he reacts so quickly, doesn't he? That's a great bit of work from him.
That onside.
Pass here.
Oh, almost had a Dortmund connection there.
Short with the clearance. Well, threat averted. Possession changes.
And you know what about this team, right? This is actually a team Man United could have right now at this moment. Like literally they could have the exact same starting 11 that I have.
Here's one beside
If they had competent
Declan Rice.
people in charge.
Paul Pogba. And he's lost custody of the ball here. Clean challenge.
Because Haaland, of course, is a target. De Ligt was a target. Rice has
Castagne.
always been in the conversation.
Execution.
And who else is actually in this team?
He really ran
And Donnarumma. I think Donnarumma was a target, but I'm not sure about that one.
United haven't had as much
But since he ran his contract down, Man United could have actually signed him
win it back.
if they
I
were
expect more of the
competent.
same. I think it's been a really good performance from them so far.
Leicester moving the ball with purpose. Will he play it in? Lacazette. Well, you've got
Im-
the classic
Imagine this,
poor
right?
attempt. A long
Of all the
way
players I signed, De Ligt was the first player that was linked to Man United. Imagine they bought him then. Alright, so now you have De Ligt, Maguire, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, De Gea. So, and
Rafael Varane.
you don't have Rice yet because Rice wasn't the target then. Then you still maybe have Fred there,
Paul
and you have Pogba and Bruno,
Bruno Fernandes.
or you have Pogba and Herrera.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
And then you have Rashford,
Pogba.
Martial,
Forward surge. De Ligt.
and Mata. And then you go and you replace,
Dynamically.
you get Rice in for
Bruno
the
Fernandes.
left. You get Bruno obviously because we got him afterwards
Bruno
in the
Fernandes
last couple of
has it.
seasons.
Very quick thinking.
And then you get Sancho in, you get Haaland in, which are all targets.
James Maddison.
You get Ronaldo, who was brought in,
Behind.
and then by that point,
Just famous.
by the time you get all these players in over a 3-year period, you got Donnarumma at AC Milan running his contract down, and you outbid PSG because you have a better side at that point,
Declan Rice.
and you maybe give him a little higher wages. Bam, there you have the best team you could have.
Rice with it.
And like in a real world sense, that's not even a lot of money
Shaw.
over 3 years.
Declan Rice.
Over 3 years, that's probably less money than Man United have spent over the last 3 years.
And that will do it for the first time.
But that means you get rid of Deadwood. You don't keep players because they're nice guys to have around.
So the ball is moving again, and work to do for Leicester in this second half. More than
Huh?
decent this from United. Well, following the
Damn it.
clearance, it will be a corner.
I hate it when that happened. Like, I had no options. I just couldn't see an option to do
Straightforward to
anything.
mop up defensively.
Even though I had the ball with Haaland.
Could be a chance to break here. Well, I'm hearing the referee has pointed to the penalty spot in one of the other games. Let's hear more about it from Alex.
Yes, it was a penalty for Arsenal, but he's only gone and dragged it right past the post. The score remains 1-0 with
Surely! Oh,
Oof.
did so well to deny him. Delivering it. Not all that convincing defensively. Well, nothing comes of it. Jadon Sancho. A lot of talk in the newspapers and on the internet recently about Monaco transfer speculation, but now officially transfer business has gone through. Deal done.
Oh, they're in here, Derek.
Well, the keeper
Oh,
was caught
nice save.
and delivered.
Well, he's so good in those 1v1 moments, and he's proving...
Like, we need another goal. Like, I'm not
Trying to pick out a teammate.
over-exaggerating this. We need another goal because Leicester City at some point is probably gonna score a goal.
Threat over for now, it seems. The
Like,
press
I'm
is
not
on,
confident
and
about keeping a 1-0 lead.
And Lacazette. And the keeper has possession of it. De Ligt. Declan Rice. Bruno Fernandes has it. Spot on with that tackle. So half an hour remaining. Plenty of running room in the wide position. But he knew he had to get to the ball, and he did.
But,
Bruno
you know, in real
Fernandes,
life, Man United is incompetent when it comes to transfer business.
Jadon Sancho, and the cross into the middle.
You know, we spend
Turns it
about
nothing.
100 million, right?
Declan Rice.
And that's just like on players I can think of straight away that we're not even using. 100 million on 3 players Man United doesn't even use. That's
A quick
De
reminder,
Ligt,
more action from the Premier League.
or that's Declan Rice,
It's Manchester United
or
taking
that's
on Bristol
Donnarumma,
City.
or that can even be a Haaland with like an extra player added on.
Ball played through, and the keeper more than alive to it.
Well, he's tried to be clever, but he just didn't get enough on it. That's a comfortable save.
Well, they are committed to making the substitution here.
Like, this is like one thing I cannot understand, and this is what they do. Why do you buy an 18-year-old player that you send out on loan? If you're gonna buy a young player,
To find themselves in.
younger than 21, he has to pretty much go straight into your first team.
Declan Rice.
Because you already got a good youth academy. So why do you need to buy a player for a young player for say 35 million and then you send him out on loan, or you don't use him, you use him maybe 3 games over a season?
And United will switch things around personnel-wise.
Like, unless a player, like a young player, someone like De Ligt or Haaland or Sancho or Donnarumma will come in at 20 years old straight into your first team. Those are the type of young players you should buy.
James Maddison. And let's see
If you already got a decent youth academy, you're just wasting money on players like that.
Maddison
Like Palestri, Ahmad.
and crossed in the direction.
I'm counting Donny in there because,
Still could
like,
be dangerous.
with those 3 players we don't use, that's 100 million
Well, the
wasted.
counter chance looks very real.
That could literally have been a Declan Rice.
Players waiting in the
And with the other money you didn't spend, you could have signed Donnarumma's wages, a couple of months' wages, or a couple of years' wages, like 2 or 3 years' wages, and you could have bought Rice. You could have overpaid for Declan Rice. I'd rather have them overpay for Declan Rice than having bought Ahmed and Palestri and Donny, who they don't use. This is why I didn't trust a 1-goal lead.
Level begging, 1 goal apiece in this game. Well, we can go over to Alex Scott now because I believe there's been a goal in the Tottenham game. Alex.
It's a second goal for Spurs. He shot from...
He must finish! Well, I think it's fair to say he really should have been able to give the keeper a test.
I'm not really too worried about this.
Here's a change for Manchester United.
As long as we don't perform like this in all our games yet. As long as, like, most of the games we win, then it's still alright drawing.
And winning it back. And they're on the front foot, looking for a winner near the end of this game.
But the draws should be few and far between, and losses should be not more than 5. 5 losses over a season is still good.
And Rashford, United might be able to cash in. Play towards the back post. And not the best clearance.
This is probably going to be a draw, but that's okay. Won't be too bad.
Good looking ball. Given away by Manchester United. Pressing high to win the ball. And the problem not completely solved. Rashford. And a significant block following that cross.
Come on. Maybe we can still get something here.
Bruno Fernandes. And Bellingham. Pedri. Rashford. Well, still an issue.
It's going to be a draw now. That was our last chance to get the winner. It's alright, book me. Give me a red card, whatever. Yellow card. Now it's about keeping this draw. And at least one is still better than none. It's okay. I'm not going to look at the table. I want to test this post-match interview thing. See if it still has that static feedback. But tomorrow same time, I'm going to do this every night at 8 PM. Like over the next couple of weeks there might actually be days where I'm not doing FIFA or anything else. But because like I said, I'm going back to working, so this is part-time, and if I'm too busy working to do this, then that's just the way it's gonna have to be. But I will catch you guys again tomorrow, 8 PM. I'll probably do Fortnite tomorrow during some point, but I'm not guaranteeing it.